Welcome to the Animation Slam. Who'd have thought when you opened this book you'd find an animated poetry slam inside? Dark pub walls sketched in black ink, the glow of a spotlight and a sea of excited faces. Sporting a long velvet skirt and a cropped waistcoat, I am your host, Adalia Day. Now we have 6 gorgeous, inspiring, ferocious poets for you, each accompanied by hand-drawn animations on an off-white textured paper background with energetic brushstrokes and rough, free-flowing imagery. This is a competition. But the point isn't the points, the point is the poetry, and this slam is pointless. Poets are ranked anonymously by our panel of judges, and a winner will be announced at the end. Instead of numbers, judges give a single word in response to each poem. We have for you an international panel of judges. Please give it up for UK Slam champion Tyrone Lewis, the phenomenal Agnes Turok from Sweden, and the trailblazing Rick the Most from New Zealand. Our first poet is Dami Ohiria. She wears glasses and a chocolate brown jumpsuit. Her dark hair is piled high on her head with a royal blue headband. The imagery in this poem is cartoony and bright. Let's give a hand to Dami Ohiria!
Hi, my name is Dami, and this poem is essentially a joke. We all love a good joke, right?
I said I had so much cake this Christmas, my middle name should be Buttercream. I said I had so much cake this Christmas, my middle name should be Buttercream, you know? Because it goes in between 2 sponges. I said I had so much cake this Christmas, my middle name should be Buttercream, you know? Because it goes in between 2 sponges, but no one got it. I guess my jokes have too many layers. Did you know girls aren't funny? There are 5 elements to a joke, a good one. I'll walk you through them. 1, the premise. This is the thing the joke is about. So say relationships or dating in the 21st century. 2, timing. A good comedian knows when to carry on the joke, when to pause for audience reaction, and when to really hammer home the punchline, like Tinder is for weirdos. But I've been on it, so. 3, dramatization. This is painting a picture of the scene you're describing. Like, finding a good guy on Tinder is like finding a needle in a skip. It's more like 3 months later, grazing your eye as you deliver the lie. I walked into a door. No, there was no one else around. Covering bruises with MAC, N64. 4, broader commentary. This refers to how the joke sits in the wider community, like if society views it as a norm, or if the victim will be sent home for more, or if we'll ask the uncomfortable questions. Are you okay? Are you afraid? Can I speak to you behind a closed door? 5, the punchline. Although small, this is a critical aspect of the joke. It's the point you're making, essentially. Like, 1.3 million women in the UK experienced domestic violence last year. Did you know girls aren't funny? Can't quite deliver the punch right. Having spent too much time at the end of one. Domestic violence figures today are a joke. It's just not funny.
Okay, the scores are in. We've got Clever from Tyrone, Needed This from Agnes, and Necessarily Confronting from Rick. Please give it up for Dami! Okay, next up we have Laurie Eves. Laurie wears a grey striped t-shirt and jeans. We see his house, faded furniture, images flowing softly from one to another. Please welcome to the stage, Laurie Eves!
Hi, my name's Laurie Eves, and this is a poem called Wake from my collection Biceps, which is out on Burning Eye Books. Wake. Turn your head to the left. See her sleeping. Rise together. She boils the kettle, a sliver of milk in her Moomin mug suggests a chat. Take your usual spots on the sofa. She tears the world in two. Silence. Then sounds you've never made before. Animal. The front door closes. The whole house ages. Stare at cold tea, anniversary card still up, 2 hedgehogs, hedge-hugging. Come up for air, walk somewhere, anywhere, get a chain coffee in a part of town you hate, try to say coconut flat white through jellyworm lips. Back home, watch the walls till she comes to get things. More tea, usual spots. Watch Bake Off. Joke about Selassie's flat bottom. Think of the birthday cake she made you in the shape of a record player. On the front step, she stands sepia-tinted, suitcase in hand. I love you. You too. Both know that's not enough. Inside, the ghost of a hairdryer sets you off. Call your mum. Hear her dreams shatter into static. Back to bed. Wish you could wake. Turn your head to the left. See her sleeping.
Okay, that poem has scored you poignant, lovely, and beautifully heartbreaking. Let's give it up for Laurie! Our next poet is Bogsy. Bogsy is painted in black ink and stands holding a mic in one hand and a cane in the other. The images have a rough fingerprint feel to them, all in black with sparse outlines. Let's hear it for Bogsy!
Hi, I'm Bogsy. This is a poem about receiving help rather than acceptance. It's called Edges. This is a world littered with edges. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful when I say, if you try to help me by opening that door, you will, by default, be creating 2 more. So I know it doesn't feel right and you don't want to do it, but if you just leave me to it, I'll work my way through it. And please don't try to direct me in like some sonically guided missile. The thing is, this missile get all tense and feel uptight, and you'll say left when you really meant right, and we'll end up too close in a space that's too tight. And I'll put out my hand to reach for the door and grab your breast instead, which is really rather more than either of us wanted or bargained for. So honestly, the way you can help me best is give me some time and some space, and I'll take care of the rest. And please don't worry that I'm not going to manage the door. Believe me, it's a task I've achieved 1,000,000 times before. Sometimes with my cane in one hand, a coffee in the other, a laptop under my arm, and so far, touch wood, I've not come to any harm. This is also a world where everyone's trying to save time, dashing here, nipping there. But when I try dashing and nipping, I just end up crashing and tripping. And although face-planting lampposts does have some comic appeal, my face isn't fond of the feel of cold steel. So I'll take my time if that's okay. And yes, I will get in the way, but that's the way it goes. And yes, I will hold up the queue while I work out what I need to do. But if you want to offer me a helping hand, don't rush me, don't push me, just try to understand there are more ways than your way to get through a doorway. And we're not all looking for the door. This is a world littered with edges. And for some of us, it's the edges that we're looking for.
We have a delightful from Tyrone, gorgeous from Agnes, and enlightening from Rick. Give it up again for Bogsy! Up next is Sez Thomasin. Sez has very short blue hair, but we spend most of our time with their 7-year-old self, all wide eyes and open mouth. They hide behind a plant, float off in a bubble, and end up with a sticker on their jacket. Give it up for Sez!
Out and proud. It's 1986. I'm on the train with my mum and I'm wishing that she would explain what I'm looking at. A sticker, pink and black, on the black leather jacket of the girl sitting opposite me because I can't stop staring at her crew cut. The jeans and the t-shirt and jacket she's wearing, the look in her eyes I recognise as defiance. She sparkles, she glitters. She's someone like me, someone who won't fit as the rest of them do, and her stickers, there's one on each shoe, another one on her backpack. Whatever it means, she's keen for me to know it. She's telling the world, though not quite out loud, out and proud. I'm 7 and I'm good at reading, but this strange new slogan seems somehow misleading. Out and... They don't go together. It should be out of, and I don't know whether it's okay to ask. She looks fierce. Her lip and her nose and her eyebrow are pierced, and she glitters with the light of someone I might like to be one day, when I'm not so afraid. But I know what Mum would say. Don't bother the lady. Don't talk to strangers. She looks a bit like my sister, who's braver than I am. I'm 7 and I'm good at trying to be invisible. I'm used to hiding in plain sight, putting myself in a bubble, being unobtrusive, no trouble, and I'm good at reading. Proud. Pride, it's a thing you can feel if you've tried and you've done something right, you've succeeded, but what did she do? It's impossible to tell. Maybe my reading isn't as good as I thought, and as we go further and further north, she seems to become more and more alone. Maybe she's been with her friends all day, and now, just like me and my mum, she's off home or somewhere she really doesn't want to go. She's furtive, her eyes dart up and down the crowded carriage and then start to droop. She's tired. I hope she doesn't mind I'm watching her reflection against the blurring countryside. I don't want her to lose her pride. But it seems to me with every mile she's leaving it further behind. The train pulls into Leeds. She stands up, peels off the stickers, sticks them back to back, stashes them in the back pocket of her backpack, leaves. In the toilets in Leeds, I ask my mum, what does out and proud mean? She sighs with relief. I'm so glad you didn't ask on the train. I wouldn't have known what to say, but she doesn't explain. At home, I ask my sister, pierced nose, fierce nose, everything. There was this girl on the train and she had this sticker, and what does out and proud mean? She grins, begins explaining, well, you know how I'm going out with Max and Tom's Anna's boyfriend. Well, that girl has a girlfriend instead of a boy, and some people don't like that, so she's saying, oh, I am proud of who I am. The out, that just means there's no secret. I pout, can't believe it. This wasn't in the book Mum made me read about sperm and vagina and babies. The facts of life. This seems like something I should have been told about. Lots of things, the facts of life. What a stupid title for a book that leaves so many things out. But it's 5 years before I learn any name for ways that I'm like her. I hope that she realised how much I liked her, and in the years to come of being locked out, left out, forced out, pushed out, she made it that bit easier to hack it, because she had a sticker on her jacket that told me that I was allowed to be different, out and proud.
That performance has earned you powerful, beautiful, and preach. Sez Thomasin, everyone. The next poet I would like you to welcome to the stage is Aisha Humphreys. Aisha is painted with a black t-shirt under a striking red suit jacket and trousers that matches their short hair and lipstick. The words girl, boy, and God are represented by a single red line. The man is purple, rigid, and boxed in. Give it up for Aisha!
Hello, my name is Aisha. This poem is about my experience of dating straight men as a non-binary person. and the ways in which my identity has been invalidated. When he asks me what I am. The man asks me if I am a girl or a boy, and I say neither. I say I am a god so that he worships me. I tell him I'm an orange, he peels back my skin and bites down. I say I'm a flower and he plucks me from my bed. I tell him I'm a ghost, so he hides under covers and waits to be haunted. I say I'm a statue. He takes my picture and posts it on the internet. Everyone writes that I am magnificent, but he does not. I tell him I'm a werewolf, so he curses the full moon and runs away in the night. I say I'm a raven, and he tells me he never liked the colour black. I tell him I'm the chewing gum in his mouth, he spits me into the gutter. I say I'm the ocean, he holds his breath and dives in. I tell him I'm the sky, he stays inside for 7 days. I say I'm his favourite jumper. He washes me 5 times and hangs me out to dry. I tell him I'm his heartbeat and he still won't love me. I scream, I am nothing and he still wants me to be everything. He asks me again what I am. I tell him that I'm human and he does not stay.
And the scores are in for Aisha. You scored a touching from Tyrone, heartbreaking from Agnes, and thought-provoking from Rick. Everyone, Aisha Humphreys! Our final poet of the evening is Steve Tassain. Steve wears a blue t-shirt, but in his poem he's all black ink with spiky hair and jagged lines. This is a fast-paced animation that slaps words down on paper with rough images echoing the ferocity of the poem. Everyone, Steve!
Hi. I wanted to write a poem about the coronavirus that was full of really bad language that would pour from my mouth and dance across the room. So I did, and it sounded ugly and angry. So I was a bit stumped, and eventually I found the solution to it. Everywhere where there was an instance of the word fucking, I replaced it with the phrase bless you, and suddenly it all made sense and sounded much better. It's still full of lots of other bad language as well, for those of you that like your swearing. And bless you, sick of being bless you, sick of living in a state of epidemic deprivation and self-inflicted hate. And bless you, sick of knobhead Boris, and that bless you, dickhead Cummings, and sick of fantic arse lickers, yummy bless you, yumming. They claim they've got a battle plan, they'll get it done, they're on it. It's called Project Fear the Other, and it makes me want to vomit. Their herd immunity mentality just isn't bless you funny, as they sacrifice the few for the benefit of the money. And bless you, sick of the transmission of democratic business as parliamentary members throb with utter bless you thickness. And bless you, sick of feeling isolated in a self-isolating nation, shaking hands with hands that haven't washed after master blessubation, because they hope that someone gets there. Yes, they hope that someone gets there. They hope that someone gets there. Corona in a bottle. I'm sick of parasitical institutions investing in infection with shit on their hands. They don't care because they smashed the last election. And bless you, sick of influencers, super spreading influenza, who've invested in the stocks and shares of sanitary cleanser, chomping chlorinated chicken dippers with contaminated cola and shots of SARS at Costa with a side order of Ebola. We're on a bless you war footing. It's a worst case scenario, but running out of loo roll, that's what's really scary though. With pandemic pandemonium, the panic's pathologic. We'll never be pristine again, like a shoe that's plodding dog shit, when all we've got's our verses an infectious virus. Our words might be a wrecking ball, but COVID's Miley Cyrus, an earworm so contagious that it's going bless you viral, a superbug that drags us down a downward bless you spiral, cause they hope that someone gets there. Yes, they hope that someone gets there. They hope that someone gets there. Corona in a bottle. When apocalyptic sickness is the dirty war they're waging, if we can't contain ourselves, they'll contain us with contagion. Their rules are based on science, but their science keeps on lying. When schools were open and pubs full, was containment really trying? Now a devastated nation gives the nurses an ovation as hypocrisy is coming to a Durham petrol station. They spit their bless you porcupines, your health could not be finer. Take it on the chin, they say, if it goes tits up, blame China. What's your poison? Take your medicine. What the fuck is the distinction? Let's rise up in rebellion before we bless you face extinction. They'll grant us no immunity, we're corona refugees, we're stay-at-home refugees, fighting this disease on our knees. But before the fabric of society is ripped apart, remember this society has a mighty heart. We won't be nodding dogs to their contra-bless you dictions, so stop the spread, break the chain, wash your hands of their constrictions, love the bless you people, allow for no exceptions, inoculate each other from Dominic's deceptions. If we're bless you sick of selfish motherfuckers planning our damnation, let's build up our community and be a decontamination.
Thank you, Steve. Your scores are energetic, puntastic, and bless you, brilliant. Steve Tassain, everyone. I have been blown away by all the poetry this evening, and it has been an honour to get to animate it. While the judges are figuring out the actual scoring and the winner, I just want to give the poets a chance to share anything they've got going on. Laurie?
My collection Biceps is out on Burning Eye Books. You can get a copy at laurieeaves.com. That's LAURIEEAVES.com, from burningeye.co.uk, or from any good bookshop. I also co-host Dead Darlings podcast, which is a monthly spoken word podcast.
I'm Sez Thomasin, and you can find my poetry on my Twitter, which is @WordGeekSays. If you search for the hashtag Sonnets from the Torture Days, you can read my current series of daily sonnets about the coronavirus situation. And you can also find my book, Historical Plans of How Romans Made Drains, which is about my experience growing up autistic and not knowing that. And that is available from Picaroon Publishing. Thank you.
My name's Bogsy. You can find me on Facebook at Bogsy Poetry, and on YouTube, my channel's called Bogsy.
If you've enjoyed my work and would like to see more of it, please like my Facebook page, Dammy Poetry, to keep up to date with what I'm up to.
My name's Adelia Day. I am your host. I have a lot of animation and poetry projects from lockdown and 2 spoken word shows online. Details of these can be found on my website, www.adeliaday.co.uk. All of the poets' info can be found below this video. Okay, the results are in. The winner of the Animation Slam is Sez Thomasin! Congratulations, Sez. Thank you to you and all our brilliant poets. Thank you to our wonderful judges. Thank you to Harrogate Theatre and Home for commissioning this piece. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, good night.